Hey y'all, welcome in. If you are new or just passing through my channel, welcome. My name is Tam. I'm also known as the Enlightened Auntie. If you're returning, welcome back, squad. I am here today to do another general collective reading. We're not sign specific here. We're also gender fluid. I may say you and I'm talking to them. I may say them, I'm talking to you. Put yourself in the story wherever you seem to fit. Remember that time and energy are fluid, so I could be talking about the recent past, the present, or the future. Just take the parts that resonate for you, leave the rest behind, and if you'd like to book a personal more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box, and I invite you to join me for a session. My books are always open. Alright y'all, welcome in, welcome back, happy Monday. I hope everybody had a really good weekend. I didn't actually do the post for the winners of the giveaway, but I've responded in the comments. For those of you who were a part of the live on Friday, and said the appropriate comment, the two people I picked, the two winners, have been replied to in the comments. So if you left a comment on that video, go back and check your comment to see if you are a winner. Congratulations to those of y'all who won. Shoot me an email at tarotbytam so that we can get you on the books. Alright, so let's get into it. I hope everybody had a really good weekend. We got another eclipse coming up. I think that's on Sunday. I'm like, child, I got a lot going on this week. Yes, we have another eclipse on Sunday. And that eclipse is happening in the part of your chart where Virgo occupies space. So we have I think it's a partial solar eclipse in Virgo. In Virgo season. So there may be some major transformations that are going to be coming up for you like within the next 6 months. Because usually eclipse energy is about 6 months worth. Alright. So let's get into it. I've been shuffling these cards pretty good. Let's get into it and see what Spirit wants to talk about. Now this card came out sideways, and I don't normally take them sideways, but I'm gonna kind of cross these here. This is an energy. Okay, so I'm going to go with my first thought. There is someone who has, I want to say they've been, it kind of gives me like somebody faking the funk. This feels like an energy of a fake spiritualist. Or just somebody, because generally this is my picture deck, but the Arcana card usually implies somebody that has like some type of esoteric knowledge, like knowledge of like the unknown stuff, but it's in the reverse. So and then it's crossed by the sun, which came out sideways, so it almost feels as though maybe it's being discovered that somebody is not the oracle that they claim to be. Maybe there hasn't been full disclosure. Somebody's slip is showing. Okay, so this kind of looks like there's somebody here who's been kind of parading around as someone highly intuitive for the last year. Oh, damn. Okay, so this is giving me like fake high priestess type energy. Now, bear in mind, I'm not using any tarot cards. But this energy, guide in the reverse with wisdom in the upright, arcana in the upright with sun crossing it, right? This gives me the impression that whoever this person is, why I say fake high priestess, because it kind of comes across as somebody here who's been essentially leading people or guiding people It feels like because I'm like looking at the concept of the imagery on this card, but it doesn't feel, it's hard to describe. This feels like somebody who doesn't like authentically, it's like somebody, I'm trying to get my words together because it's a lot. It's like the energy of somebody who has been parading around as like a fake ass high priestess. That's why it's giving me spiritual. And it doesn't even have to be spiritualist. It could literally be somebody who presents as an authority figure who, knows a lot, right? But the things that they know, it doesn't feel like it doesn't necessarily feel like a lived experience. And this isn't to say that what you learn out of a book isn't valuable, but this energy comes across as somebody who is like somebody who comes to you for some kind of advice. You can't actually offer advice because you don't have any knowledge of that area, or you don't intuitively know it, or you haven't lived it, so you can't really advise somebody. But you have to go to another source, like this person has to go to a book or something, or they go on the internet to quickly search up answers or something like that. Take it how it resonates. This is a really weird energy for me. It's a really weird energy. It's in the environment. Oh, wow. Take all of these. Damn. Okay. Whoever this person is, over here, this energy looks like the collective. I have sleep in the reverse with cycle in the reverse. So this tells me there's someone here who has awakened and broken a cycle. Very well could be somebody, you could consider yourself as like a generational curse breaker. You know what I'm saying? You're the person in your lineage that stops the cycle. Now, the interesting energy that I have up here is that there is somebody who refuses to like evolve or transform or grow, right? Have growth and transformation both in the reverse. If you are at a distance from this person, this is somebody who impermanence is in the upright. So this feels like whoever this is, they're very content with being exactly who they are. No desire to change, no desire to grow, no desire to evolve, no desire to wake up, and no desire to end a cycle of this ridiculousness. What's in the background? Whoa. Oh. So. Oh. Damn. Okay. Now, in the background energy. This is, I don't know who this person is for you, but there's an energy here of like, it feels really rigid. I'm not even using these cards, but I'm like, the energy that I'm getting, it's like kind of like the flexible card in reverse. It's funny, I'm literally not using that deck, but that's the energy that I feel. This is somebody here who's afraid of change. Definitely could be dealing with a fixed sign. We know fixed signs have a little bit of difficulty in changing certain aspects of their life. And there's also an energy here down here. There have been some lies. There have been some lies And I believe with this deceit card in the reverse and the sleep card in the reverse, maybe when you woke up, you had the ability to actually see through someone's lies. Remember I said over here, this is somebody here who kind of masks the fact that they don't really know nearly as much as they claim to know, or that they believe that they know, okay? What they've been trying to hide with obfuscate out here in the upright, there is something that they've been trying to hide. Again, arcana here with soul, in, you know, laid sideways. It's like somebody here who's been trying to hide this. They've been trying to hide it. Honestly, it's funny because I have this death card out here. And wealth here is also in the reverse. If this person had been prior in a space of like material wealth, material comfort, they may have believed that that life would be something permanent. But down here in the background, it's kind of interesting because I do feel a reluctant energy. It feels really like a push and pull kind of sensation. It's a push and pull. And I know not everybody, because I actually do know people that have never been to the ocean. But if you've ever been in the ocean, you know that the ebb and flow of like the tide rolling in and rolling out, you know that you know what I'm talking about, that pull. That's what it feels like. It feels like somebody who's kind of, they're in a weird, this is a weird resistant energy. But something is being shaken up and they're kind of resisting it. Because I can feel it. That's why I'm like rocking back. I can feel it. Somebody's resisting it. They're resisting it, but they're also trying to keep whatever this is that they've been keeping secret. They've been trying to keep it a secret, like deep secret. They don't want anybody to know. Okay. Somebody here may be sick. They may be ill. Now, this ain't for everybody. This kind of feels like somebody's also concerned about the fact that you may be acquiring some kind of abundance, or you're in an abundant, because this kind of feels to me like somebody here who's kind of going through a glow up, and this ain't for everybody, but this feels like kind of an abundant glow up. But abundance is not just monetary. It's not just monetary. It's definitely given the energy of somebody who's like grasping for straws. But they may not be in a like their physical health may not be that great, so they don't really, like, they can't really fight the way they want to. Actually, I'm gonna leave it sideways the way that it came out. Whew. We'll take the card that. Oh. So, and both cards came out sideways. So, whoever this person is has kind of had a little bubble of protection around them because they are a shapeshifter. This is somebody who has, I heard they have a clever way with words. Clever way with words. Okay. Whoever this person is a shapeshifter. And for those people, and I've seen in the comments a couple times, so a shapeshifter is somebody who can kind of assimilate into a room with other people, and they don't actually show up as who they are. They don't present in their own authentic energy. They kind of observe the room and then they behave like everybody else in the room so that they don't stand out as like the odd man out. They don't want to, you know, call attention to their own difference, whatever that is, whether it's real or perceived. They don't want to appear to be different, so they come in and they just kind of pick up the energy of everybody else and they behave like everybody else in the room. So for them, this has been a little bit of a protection. It has shielded them from certain things, situations, or whatever, because they have adaptability. Thank you, Spirit. They have an adaptability, or they have had an adaptability where they've been able. It's giving me Mercury, trickster. Mercury is a trickster energy, but it's giving me somebody who's got a very strong mercurial type placement, where they have the ability to kind of talk up on things, and they talk in circles, so it gets really confusing for the listener. Okay. But the protect card came out sideways, and the shapeshifting card, the creativity card, came out sideways too. So it kind of gives me the energy, because this is a blockage, that maybe they're either unable to shapeshift the way that they have, like if they've been able to do it in like a real fluid way, and they just, you know, show up and act however, they may not be able to really. It's like, you know, if the mask is starting to fall, they're not able to actually, you know, pretend much longer, and that does kind of remove an element of the protection that they have felt, because now people are maybe being able to see who they are. Okay. Oh. Somebody here, whoever this is, they got to tell the truth. They got to speak what's on. Like, there's something here where it's going to require them to have to speak up. They need to be honest about something. They need to self-reflect and be honest. Whether this is being honest with themselves about their behavior and who they've been their whole life, or being honest with the people that they're down here trying to guide, like telling people the truth. I don't really know. I don't know. Okay. Ooh. Damn. Okay. Now this is interesting, and because I don't really know the context of what the entire situation is, but part of what they need to release, because I think it does have something to do with them having a voice and being able to communicate the truth. So it feels as though part of what they need to release is the resistance. Because I kind of feel like it's giving me an energy of somebody burying their head in the sand. Because this also comes with the same energy signature of like communicating freely, openly communicating. Like, I feel like Spirit's trying to get this person to speak the truth, and they've been resisting it. Remember, I've said it before, I'm like, if you're like, this could literally be somebody going through dark night of the soul. The more you fight and resist dark night of the soul, it is so much worse. Oh my God. So much worse. It's so much worse. So this kind of feels like, I don't know, like the divine is trying to get someone to just kind of finally admit that they don't have the vision that they claim that they have, that they don't. This is a weird energy. And there is also a thing here too, because this home card came out in the reverse and this is in the release section. So there is something like in terms of like maybe a home that this person is living in, if they've been resisting having to move, like say if this person needs to move or relocate or whatever, they're kind of resisting. I remember I said that somebody's burying their head in the sand. This is like somebody who's like, la 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 la, it's not really happening, it's not really happening, but it's happening. And they're resisting it. Oh. Two more. Oh, damn. One more, please. So whoever this is, they need to also release a message that's being withheld from you. There's a message being withheld from you. And the release card may also be like you. Because ceremony for me talks about a relationship. And it could be a contract. Doesn't necessarily have to be romantic in nature. They got to restore balance. They got to restore balance. And in order for them to restore balance, they got to release whatever this message. There's a message here that has been blocked. Like you don't have access to it. They've withheld it. They need to release that to you. Either release the message and or release you and your relationship as well. Okay. Let's clarify. So I don't know if this is... Okay. What's weird about this is somebody, this is, like I said, at the top of the reading, this is somebody who pretended to know things that they don't actually know. Okay, let's start there. I think with this Y in the reverse and chocolate in the upright, it feels like somebody who has like a inflated self-worth, like an inflated ego or something. Like this person, I don't know, it gives me the energy of somebody who wanted the appearance or to have other people believe that they are like way smarter than they actually are. Okay. This feels like somebody who keeps repeating a cycle. Even I got the cycle card up here and I'm looking at it, but regeneration in the reverse and new life is in the reverse. So this feels like somebody here who is, it's almost like they're seeking a new life, but they're not getting another chance. They're not going to get, it's like the energy of somebody who doesn't appreciate. It's like this person doesn't appreciate the life that they have or where they came from or something like that. So they've done something over the course of the last year. Has something to do with intuition, but they've done something over the course of the last year. But they're not going to get there's no do-over here. Like, this is the life that you got. Like, you got to deal with what you got. Make the most of what you have. Now, really interesting, if people have walked away from this person, this is somebody who likes to be like, it's also giving me the energy, not like my way or the highway. It's not like the Emperor in the reverse. This feels a lot more like somebody who abuses their authority in people's lives. Like whatever that position is that they hold in people's lives, they abuse that title, that role, whatever that is, in order to kind of keep people in check. Again, they have this big thing of self-importance too. Yeah, they're not like I said, this is somebody who they have no desire to transform or grow. They're not putting in any of, building blocks is in reverse. Not taking any action or doing any of the work to transform and grow. They're just like, they're good just the way that they are. And you were the one. Remember I said you're probably the generational curse breaker? You were the one. You were the one meant to wake up. And this person is having a very hard time accepting it or taking, it's like kind of like the energy that I'm getting off of this is like, you didn't ask for this. You were kind of, I feel like you were kind of thrown into it. So when it happened, you just said, okay, bet, let's do this. Let's make it right. Let's break the cycle. I'm awake now. Okay. Oh, remember I said people could have been walking away from them? I heard follow my lead. So I don't know if other people followed your lead, if you walked away from these people. So I do have family dynamic out here. And this is crazy because I also feel like this also includes your family or people in your family. It may not just be one person. It could also be the other people that, like the people that followed this person. So I don't know if it's like, I mean, I don't have, like these cards don't have like people in them or anything like that. But like, so I don't know, this could be like the leader of the family, like a matriarch, a patriarch type energy. And then somebody was afraid. It's funny because fear is in the reverse, but come to the edge is in the upright. And it's the fear card, even if it was in the upright, it would be the same as come to the edge for me. They don't want to change. These people don't want to change. They like the way things are. But on the other hand, they're also afraid. They're afraid if they change. It's like, who am I if I'm not this? Like, okay, this is a lot. So however this person presents, however they show up in the world, this person does not know who they are outside of like the facade. Remember I said they're a shapeshifter. So because they have been so busy taking on all these extra roles of being all these other characters, I kind of feel like this person has lost sight of who they really are. I don't even know if this person knows who they are. So it's kind of like if I release this identity, I'm afraid of releasing the identity because I don't know who I am. And this person is also afraid that other people, if they haven't already started walking away from them, they're afraid that people are walking away from them. But here's the thing. Right now, we are going through, the collective as a whole, like the whole world is going through changes, right? And right now this is where you're starting to see the timelines collapse and shift, right? Where you have a choice. You either continue to ascend and elevate, or you stay where you are and you descend and you go back down and you stay in that dense energy with the rest of these people. And so this energy kind of feels like, I heard you broke the mold. You broke the mold by waking up and breaking a cycle. You may have even seen the truth of the family or the group of people that you've been surrounding yourself with, and you decided, it's like when you wake up, you can't unsee shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when you really start to wake up and you start to recognize certain patterns, and if you just happen to be a little neurospicy like myself, like pattern recognition is a thing for me. So when I start noticing patterns and I'm like, I just step back. I don't even engage. I just kind of pay attention. I lean back and I pay attention to what I'm seeing. And I know that if we've been in this pattern for a long time and I remove myself and I don't participate, then you can kind of see the breakdown. Because here it feels like when you stopped taking action and being a part of this group dynamic. I also have an energy too where there's something over you, like they didn't, because this person has an issue about being seen in their authentic, in their true authentic energy. They also didn't want you to be seen in your authentic energy, because your authenticity is a direct threat to them, whoever this is. Ha! Okay, and if this person is trying to, because the Treasure Island card is like the card of Law of Attraction, and I put that over the Abundance card, so it kind of looks like if this person has been trying to manifest some type of abundance, they gotta like clean up their act, they got to heal, they got to do they have to do the internal work that you've done in order to heal and shift your life. They have to do that too, and that's part of their. It's like this person, like I said, they don't want to change. They kind of like life the way that it has been. And part of the blockage, remember I said, the protection that this person may have had with their shape-shifting. I mean, the shape-shifting, they were protected by the shape-shifting. Now, part of the blockage here has also a lot to do with the actions that they may have taken against you with other people. They are lacking in the protective area. So if they did something, they took some action against you with, say, your family or community or tribe of people, that's the blockage. So part of what I said, part of the releases, there need to be some like self-reflection. They need to speak up. They need to be honest. This person is also, I want to say they're really struggling with identity. They're struggling with an identity. Because again, they wear a mask. Who am I without my mask? This is the only way people know me, is with the mask. If I take the mask off, then people may judge me and da-da-da-da-da. Right? This is somebody here who is really not comfortable being in their own skin. And honestly, I mean, like, I don't know what side of this you resonate with. But if you're living a lie, If you are operating in the world and you are going against who you inherently are, the only person that you are doing a disservice to is yourself. Like, I literally don't care. Like, I've been walking around claiming the title witch. I use it very, I mean, I'm not all loud and proud like I used to be. Like, in my 30s, I was like, I would tell anybody who would listen, I'm a witch, I'm a witch. I don't do that now. Because it's not really, you know. I did it mostly for shock value, just because I like fucking with people and that's just who I am. But I honestly don't care what people think. And I think if more people kind of lived in that same energy, like, why do you care so much what other people think about you? This is somebody who is really worried about image. And are you worried that people aren't going to like you or love you just the way that you are? Be yourself. Everybody else is taken already. Be yourself. Listen. Damn. Whoever this is that I'm talking to, yeah, this person, I feel like okay. Yeah, because I said somebody here is burying their head in the sand. Like, if I can't see it, it's not actually there. There is somebody here who may be losing their home or may have to relocate or something like that. And part of the lesson here is, number one, there is no energy, even with regeneration over here, there is no energy that supports any kind of reconciliation between you and whoever this is. If this person, if they are in fact losing their home or having to move or something like that, it's almost like, because they're resisting this energy, it almost feels like part of their lesson is, because I think they have resisted for so long, and they were in, it's like when you're burying your head in the sand, this person has been given an opportunity or has been given a chance to kind of think about their next steps and think about how what's happening now is going to impact their future. But this person hasn't done any of like the reflective work. They haven't done anything, actually. They've just buried their head in the sand. And so now, as a result, with to the sea out here, they don't really have much of a choice other than to just kind of go with the flow, whichever way the flow actually goes. You know what I mean? Like, they don't really have much of a choice. So things may be very uncertain for this person. Things may be very, very uncertain for whoever this is. And there ain't a whole lot they can do about it. Yikes. Yeah, so if there is something here that belongs to you, they need to give it up. They need to release it. Yeah, look at that. Now, here's the thing. Yeah, see, there's a change happening in the present. Things are not lining up, but this person also doesn't, they're having a really hard time accepting the fact that there's a lot of, oh, this is faded. Okay. To be fair, okay. So whatever this relationship is, child, whatever this relationship is and whoever this relationship is with, this is essentially karma kind of balancing the scales, okay? And divine timing has been at play largely, right? Whatever this person is getting ready to experience, they don't really have much of a choice but to just accept it. Things are not going the way that they wanted it to. There is a change, and it kind of feels like if this person it kind of feels like if this person made certain decisions and like lean into the possibilities without all this extra fear and crap, that a little bit of discomfort would eventually pass. But this is somebody, like I said, they are in an energy of refusing to change, refusing to evolve. They don't want to do any of the work to do any of that, because they're not ready and they haven't actually learned any lessons, unfortunately. This is something, and I think a lot of it does stem from fear. And I don't have any cards out here that even say that, but I can feel it, because why else would you behave this way if it didn't have something to do with fear? What are you afraid of? And I think whatever this is, it's somebody being afraid of, number one, being their authentic self. And really, that's an ego thing. Like, they're worried about being judged or whatever. And it almost feels like, somebody who, and this could be somebody who's a little bit older. I mean, take that with a grain. I'm 53. Like, take that with a grain of salt. This is somebody who's a little bit older, but it feels like somebody who's like really rooted in who they are. They're rooted in, and they don't see any reason to change. Like, they don't see any reason to change, which is weird for me. I mean, that's just weird. Like, that's just weird. All right. Let's dig in. What time is it? Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you know when I upload videos. If you are new here, please consider subscribing to the channel and join my tribe. We got a strong, little, but mighty tribe here. All right. Okay. I do feel like you have somebody wanting to approach you, to either have a conversation. I heard to bridge the gap. Somebody wants to come towards you and have a conversation. You might be very guarded right now. Now, this is interesting. I hadn't considered this. This feels like somebody here, because I'm going to be very honest, all of the cards of the people, they're all in the upright. It looks like somebody wanting to come tell you about some type of betrayal that has happened behind your back. To talk about the betrayal. Now, I know I've talked about this several readings ago. And I'm getting the same energy that I felt back then. I'm getting it right now. Whoever this person is that wants to come towards you. Now, mind you, there are lots of people here already. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 people here. And everybody's in the upright, okay? I do want to point that out. However, I feel like there's somebody here who wants to bridge the gap between you and them. They want to bring in some clarity. This also comes across as energy of somebody who may have, like if something had been done behind your back, because I have in the very center, if there had been something going on behind your back and there had been betrayals and backstabbing, somebody may want to approach you this kind of feels like an energy of somebody who may have even defended you. They may have even defended you. I feel like there's an energy here of people actually seeing. Remember when I said, like, you may be the cycle breaker in your family? Like, when you woke up, you can't unsee the things that you now realize and recognize within your own lineage. Here it feels very much like people, and this could be all these people recognizing, like, your divinity. You know, you walk with God or whatever. And I do feel like there are people here that want to apologize. And kind of reestablish some type of connection with you. I don't know how I feel about this. Okay, so this is where I was going. These are, it's family. This is family. Now, here's the thing. If these are people that you've been in conflict with, or there's been some kind of division, them and you, this is somebody who they don't want to be in conflict with you. They want to tell you the truth. Somebody's seen, they either recognize something or they see something. They want to come towards you with a new offer, or they want to tell you the truth about something. There's been some confusion around you. There's some confusion that is around about you. It has something to do with you. Now, keep in mind, whoever this person is that's coming towards you, they may very well just be a messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. Okay? Don't shoot the messenger. Because here's the thing, and I see it in my comments all the time on all platforms. When I talk about, somebody coming in from the family, or just anybody coming towards you wanting to have a conversation. The emotionally mature thing to do would be to hear them out. I didn't say nothing about you having anything to say, but the mature thing to do would be to hear them out if they approached you. But I also see if this is your energy, you're going to be on the lookout for the bullshit, which is appropriate. I strongly recommend that. Because I also even though you may have it's kind of like, even though you may have love for this person or these people, I do feel like you being in an emotionally mature position are going to have the ability to remove that emotional component. I think I talked about that in the last reading. Like, you're going to be able to remove the emotional component so that you can hear the words that are being said, but also pay attention to what's not being said, okay? Because I haven't even got all the cards out here, but the energy that I was immediately picking up on is I would pay very close attention to the person that's coming towards you, because I'm fairly certain that they may not have been overly engaged in it or fully, immersed in whatever these people were doing, but they knew about it and didn't come to tell you beforehand. So that's that is a me issue. That's my issue. That's the problem that I'm having with this. It's like, that's all fine and dandy that you want to come and you want to clear the air and squash the beef or whatever, right? But if you were a participant in this betrayal and backstabbing, then I'm going to take your shit with a grain of salt. I'm going to hear you, but I'm going to not hear you. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to need you to answer for that part. And the answer better be real good. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to need to hear that part. Oh, that's why there's a lack of success here. I was trying to figure out. I didn't want to talk about this card because I needed it to cap off something else. I'm like, okay, I see it here, but okay, so there is a very strong possibility, I think, for you, collective. This is you down here. I believe that you are waiting on clarity and information, the truth. You're waiting on the truth. You're waiting on the truth, especially if there's something revolving around some kind of windfall or an inheritance. You're waiting for the truth. But in the meantime, I feel like you've overcome any kind of heartbreak or mourning that you may have done in the absence of your family. I'm like, if this is you, I feel like you've already healed like that wound of the drama. Like, say you had conflict with your family and you've fallen out and there was a weird one-sided competition with you and you're just like, okay, whatever. You know, you move past that. You move past it. I kind of get the impression that you were like, I'm determined to be happy regardless, whether these people are around or not. Wow. Now this one line is very interesting because this feels like a lie. So here's the betrayal and here's the truth, right? The betrayal, a lie, the truth. I also have energy here of somebody. Okay, just this one line here. This looks like, and here's the plan, here's the deceit. Somebody wanting to tell you about the plan because it didn't go the way that they expected it to. They wanted to win at all costs against you, but it didn't happen the way that they expected it to. You know what this looks like? This looks like somebody here who wants to come and tell you about this plot to potentially unalive you. They were waiting for the unaliving to take place in order to gain this Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so then here's apology, the confusion. Somebody here is trying to offer you this apology, but you might be rejecting it completely. And I feel like it's coming from somebody, whoever this person is that's apologizing to you or wants to apologize to you. This is somebody that you've had some type of emotional bond to. And then up here, here's the apology for some confusion. And maybe this person may have rejected you in the past because they couldn't make up their mind whether or not to like deal with you or not. And so somebody here may have chosen to walk away from you instead in pursuit of like finances or financial security. There's a lot going on out here. So here's the betrayal, here's the lie, here's a lie, here's a lie, here's the truth. Somebody was waiting, like even from here in your family, it's like somebody here was waiting for you to be unalived, but because you have protection, you are protected. You are protected. So everything that they've tried to go, like whatever method they've used to try to come against you, none of it's working. It hasn't worked. This also looks like energy of some, like now, and even this sector here, when I talked about like, this also looks like somebody here who, I don't know, this energy kind of feels like somebody coming in between a partnership, like a partnership that's already in existence. Creating some kind of confusion, and they were waiting for this, whatever that is, they were waiting for it, for whatever this interaction was. It's like, I don't know, there was a lot of moving pieces, like right in my mind's eye I just see like grinding gears. Like there's a lot of moving pieces here. So on one hand, remember I started off, I was like, I had like 5 people out here. I was like, there's a lot of people out here already, and this definitely feels like your family has been involved. But this also feels like somebody here, like this is meant to cause confusion around a relationship. And if somebody sent someone in to try to like flirt with you, because this feels like it's geared towards the feminine energy, and then over here is the masculine. So if there was and there's men on these cards, young men, and here's a woman. So if somebody here, so say you're in a partnership, right? This looks like somebody coming in to kind of flirt with you, to create a little bit of confusion, like you want smoke and mirrors with you, right? Because this kind of feels like, now I know this is loaded, and I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen this on my board before, but this kind of feels like somebody wanting to come in, lure you in with some, cute words. It gives me very gaslighting energy. It's like somebody, it was meant to reel you in though. It was meant to reel you in, to confuse you. And what they were going to do with this masculine energy was supposed to do was come in, lure you in, get your emotions all into it, and then they were supposed to walk away and have you fucked up in the corner somewhere, right? But it was unsuccessful because their attempt to try to like lure you in was rejected. You ain't looking, you're not, and this is somebody that you know. You're not even paying attention to what they're offering you, because collective, you may have memories of this person, or what your experience with this person was in the past. So for you weren't gonna, there was no reconciliation there. You rejected the situation because you're looking at your partnership, if you're partnered. I know I'm going all over the place, but I'm trying to read it all. There's a lot out here. And then over here, this does feel like your family had some type of involvement in terms of like trying to introduce like third party energy. This is really weird. Like, I don't even know how all of these stories are tied to each other. It just feels like a bunch of different elements and different stories and different people. But your family is out here and you are protected. Whatever you got going on, if you're partnered, your union, it appears to be very safe and protected. If they've done something thinking that they were going to try to come between you and your partner, it's not, that ain't working. They've been waiting for some type of permanent ending, and that's not happening. Yep, y'all just keep persevering and you're protected. This could have something to do with an element, like whoever this person is that tried to like lure you in could have been somebody connected to your past as well. You literally moved on from that. This energy feels like someone, I want to say, doing their own investigation. Yeah, so this energy here, I'm just looking at the Emperor. I'm looking at this Emperor card, and I feel like he's kind of... I feel like this is also him looking at his own life in a logical and emotionally mature way. Especially as it relates to his partnership. So even if somebody were to lie, it's kind of like if somebody were to lie to this masculine and say whatever about their partner, this is like the masculine having the wherewithal to search and find the information for himself. And then he can see, just even because all these are connected, then he can kind of see, because this is weird. There's a lot of, God, I wish I could, there's so much energy out here. But I clearly can see where whatever this gentleman was trying, whatever this side person, whoever this is, was trying, this, this offering, this love offering, this flirting, whatever, none of that worked. It was not successful. That was not successful. Oh. No, I'm not going to take it because I didn't shuffle. And I want to say it is connected to your past in some kind of way. Look at that. So whoever this person is that wants to come and tell you the truth, they've had some time. This person is somebody that's connected to your past. This is somebody here who is in regret for their participation, because literally whatever they did to come up against you, none of it worked because you're protected. You're highly protected. Okay? You're highly protected. This person, I feel like they were meant to come into your life to try to like love bomb you and woo you into whatever. But again, like I said, you kind of moved on from that energy. I don't even think that you may not even feel the same way you felt about this person in the past. I do feel like they're in regret of their participation. You could be, it's interesting because all three of these cards talk about movement. They're either unable to come towards you, like there's a desire here to come towards you, but they may not be able to. They may have at one point waited for you to come towards them. I see that too. But this line right here is loud to me, because if they were expecting some type of payout for your unaliving, this is them waiting for it, and the plan failing because you're protected. So you might be the kind of person who you move intuitively. It's like you make moves when spirit moves, you make moves when spirit tells you to move. They never counted on that. Unsuccessful. Justice. And that's what they get. And now folks they're all upset because you're not hurt, like in the absence of like your family dynamic. You're not butthurt about it. You're not feeling no kind of way. And these people, somebody here, oh, that's what it is. You flared up somebody's ego when you walked away. I heard, how dare you? No new opportunities. Yep, we not going back, especially if there's been betrayal. The truth in that, when you find out the lies and the distortion and all that shit in the background, yeah. And even though and I love this, Queen of Cups, the Ace of Cups in the reverse, I still have a loving disposition. I'm just not extending any of that shit to you. I can love you from a distance. Crazy. Somebody wants to communicate. They want to reach out to you though, but I would be very hesitant to take that. I don't know. I know earlier in the message I was like, yeah, don't shoot the messenger. You can just hear them out or whatever. But down here it's kind of giving me they got their hands out. They got their hands out because you're in a stable space right now. So you got to pay attention and use discernment when they're approaching. Yeah, look at that. They're coming towards you because of how you built up your world. However that is. Somebody is seeing it. And I want you to pay attention. I want you to pay attention. Because somebody is almost like this energy here. It feels very much like somebody is in regret for like mishandling you and not really taking the time to like build with you. No do-overs. It's because this person now there are people here that feel entitled to what it is that you built for yourself. I just keep hearing pay attention. Because there's somebody here that feels entitled to yours. What's yours? There is somebody here that may potentially be losing a home. And again, because you are in a solid financial position and because you come across as a sweetheart, people feel like they're worried that, Now, if we're talking about fairness, if you ever had a need in your life and may have gone to any of these people for assistance, or even if you didn't and they were aware of the need and never offered you assistance, child, what do you look like coming in to save the day? But I can definitely see out here somebody feels entitled to what's yours. So pay attention to that. Yeah, no. You're going into a new cycle and they trying to slow you down. Pay attention. The sun is exposing that you are the Empress. So I got the Emperor and the Empress out here. Oh, here's the witchy woman, and that's the exposure of the witchy woman and the people that she's been working with. And this masculine is only pouring into people that have poured into him. He's not looking at no third party energy either. Wow. All right. Yes. So she's been trying, this witchy woman, she was trying to do something to get this masculine, because this is all on the masculine side. She was trying to do something to get this masculine to like fumble the bag. And that's being exposed. This woman has done something to either cast juju or work with other people in order to like dismantle this relationship. Alright, let me grab a couple more cards and I gotta go. I gotta take my kid to school. Yep, stopped. Chariot, you moved on. Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck, Three of Pentacles. So you're going to find the truth out about these people that have worked together. Somebody's holding on to some resources that they didn't earn. Alright, let me grab some of these dice before we go. Woo. Okay, that's Pisces. I have Pisces, not Pisces, Gemini out here twice, and Aries. So Aries and Gemini. This is Jupiter. This is Pluto. Pluto out here twice. And Jupiter, I have the 5th house out here twice, and the 12th house. So the 5th house is creativity, recreation, romance, sex, children, play, love affairs. The 12th house is spiritual. It's your spiritual house. You're also the house of escapism and sacrifice, hidden enemies, your self-undoing, secrets, and endings. Jupiter is expansion, luck, opportunity, health. And then Pluto is control. I'm like, Pluto's control. But it's also ruled by Scorpio, which has like this underworld energy attached to it, you know? Yeah, power, rebirth, sex, spirituality, evolution, extremes, and purpose. Alright, so Aries or Gemini, however that resonates for you. Alright, I gotta go. I'll be back a little bit later. If any parts of this reading resonate for you, gave you clarity or confirmation over your own story, give the video a thumbs up so we can circulate into the algorithm and get in front of the eyes that need to see us the most. I will see y'all in the next video. Take care. Bye.